What's happening? What's happening? We trapping. Sorry for the tardiness, you understand me? But we in the building, man. Better late than never. Happy Sunday, you understand? We drunk trapping on a Sunday. Ain't that crazy? That's pretty peculiar, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to HT on Sports, everybody over there in the liquor store. We in the building, man. What's happening? Shout out to all my people rocking. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Hey, landlord, I appreciate you for bringing me into the trap, man. You know, we're getting drunk in the fairs on the Sunday, having communion in the trap, because we drunk trapping, my boy.
Absolutely.
Hey, shout out to my brother Desmond Iron for tapping into the liquor store and showing love. So over it, I see you. Thank you for coming in. Jameson Taylor, I see you, my boy. Let's see what else in here. Regina Green with the green, part of the Wrench Gang, I see you. Jameson Taylor. Raymond Silas was good. DP Johnson, Michael Itry, thank y'all for the love and support, man. Continue to hit that like and share button for the squad, man.
Absolutely. It will not charge a card. We in the building with it, man. Let's get it. Wait a minute. We in here.
Man, I know some folks in the trap with you, man. You know it's booming on a Sunday.
Yes, sir. Shout out to all my people rocking, man. Shout out to Double R, Mr. Joe Tranchina, Miss Regina Green with the green, you understand? Shout out to everybody rocking, man. Let's see. It's a lot of Choctaw, Montana in the building. Miss Jameson Taylor in the building. You understand? We in here. Raymond Solis in the building. DP Johnson. Swain, Mr. Bad Influence. All in. Splendor, Poppy, B.A., Joey, Velma, Kelvin Hicks, Willie T. You know what I'm saying? We got a good people in here, man. Let's get it. Hope everybody's doing good this evening, morning, whatever fits your, time zone. We in here. But let's go and crank this thing on up. Let's get it. Shout out to everybody rocking. Now, you might think you at school or even at home or watching us through a phone. But I promise you, we drunk trapping on a Sunday. We are. That's what type of nefarious activity we got going on. But what's going on with you, Mr. ATM?
Man, trying to live righteous, my boy.
That won't be happening on a Sunday, sir. Go ahead.
hey, I need you to do some explaining to me. What's up with the headgear, my boy?
Oh, man. Once in every blue moon, you know what I'm saying, the Lord shines a little light on your team, you know what I'm saying, and I had to represent. I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? Like, at least it's in Texas. At least I ain't on my Michael Parsons type time here, you know what I'm saying? Trap. At least I ain't over here like our guy Michael Parsons. Like, I ain't switching up for every team, you know what I'm saying? I know somebody on. But, shout out to my Spurs. We got the number one pick. Dude look like a giraffe playing basketball. He looks phenomenal. But go ahead.
And listen, at least the boy is a Spurs fan that y'all trying to draft. So, I think that goes hand in hand. So,
yeah. Just wanted to get that out of there. What you said.
Hey. Yeah, indeed. And real quick, for everybody that's still interested, we're still doing the raffle for the Dallas Cowboy jersey. You got 10 days. It's going to be over on the 31st. So if you want to participate and get your chance to win the Dallas Cowboy jersey, just hit the cash app with $ Henny the More and send $5. That will get you an entry in to win the Dallas Cowboy jersey. So if you're interested or if you just want to support the channel and show some love, there you go, right out there at the bottom of the screen. And then if you're in the chat box, it's at the top pin.
Absolutely. Y'all make sure y'all participate, man. We definitely need some participation. But shout out to everybody rocking, man. We in here. And I've been hearing some interesting things going on. What you want to talk about with these count battles? Because I got something brewing right now. So we got a little time to kill,
Well, peep this, man, because it really made me think about it. Because they just released the preseason schedule. And I know that folks don't give a damn about preseason because the games don't count. But I'm here to tell you, like, these other folks give a damn, like the actual players, because that's going to determine a lot of times if they have a job. You know what I'm saying? It's going to determine if they're going to be NFL players or CDL truck drivers. So, hey.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying, and nothing wrong with that. But that got me to thinking, about these roster battles. So where do you want to start? Because I want to really just start where we disagree at. And we get that out the way.
Well, go ahead and crank it up then. It seems like you chose violence this morning. Let's go and do this then. You go ahead, let's do it.
Listen, you're high on Drummond, who's been on the roster, and I'm high on a guy named Jalen Marino Cropper that just got here. Because now I think, and listen, like I know what you said about Simi being a child of the Dallas Cowboys front office.
Absolutely.
But you know what I'm saying? Like we've seen undrafted free agent players make this team. You know what I'm saying? We've seen that plenty of times. We've seen it with Tony Romo. Like he was, even though he was not drafted, he was, like one of the brainchilds of Sean Payton when he was on the team. So he ended up making it. You know what I'm saying?
But Simi is a person who got a lot of, you know what I'm saying? He got a lot of they got a lot of draft stock in Simi too though. You gotta remember that.
He was a 5th round pick. They did not have a lot of draft stock in this man.
That's high. That's pretty high though, For nothing. He ain't gave us nothing.
He ain't gave us shit.
He did. He gave us what Dollar Bill said.
Dollar Bill.
He ain't gave us Country Boys nothing. You know what I'm saying? So we might have to consider that. That's what I'm saying. It's much more. Deron Bland was a 5th round pick. Like don't just shoot away your 5th rounders like that now.
Deron Bland performed year 1. If Deron Bland,
I'm just saying,
year 1, we wouldn't be talking about him.
I'm just saying, my guy.
And listen, hold on, and it's not like Simi has not had opportunity. You ain't had nobody out there, and I'm gonna put it to you like this: Dennis Houston jumped over Simi Fehoko.
I told you about Dennis Houston. You ain't want to talk about that. You know what I'm saying?
Now listen. And that's my point. And listen, at least he got an opportunity. Simi ain't even been starting. You know what I'm saying? Simi jumped over, like Dennis Houston as an undrafted free agent himself, jumped over Simi Fehoko.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Don't sleep on the undrafted free agent guys. You know what I'm saying? Like I think they have an opportunity to push Simi Fehoko off a cliff because he's already barely on the roster.
So we finna talk about we on the receivers because you already said you choosing Marino Cropper over my guy Drummond, but they battling for the practice squad anyway. You know what I'm saying? They both could find a nice home and sit themselves down in the practice squad. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I'm not even going that far. I'm telling you right now that Jalen Marino Cropper is battling for wide receiver 5.
Over who? Over Simi? That what you saying?
Over Simi. I say over Simi and Drummond.
I don't see it. I think Drummond gonna be a practice squad guy. I don't know if they gonna give him look, this is what I want people to understand. Like we gotta get up close and personal with this. I want people to understand this. Just because a player's not getting his starting chances and opportunities doesn't mean he's not a good player. I've been on teams that didn't get an opportunity and it is what it is. You might just be in a coach's doghouse or you might not be good enough. It's a lot of possibilities, but don't count that as he is just terrible because he's not playing. That's not true all the time. If you played on a team before, you know this. So all I'm going to say is we'll see. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if he get the right opportunities, he could possibly ball out. We'll see, though. I like his skill set a lot.
Who?
I'm talking about Drummond.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing that I feel about Jalen Marino Cropper because we're talking about scheme fit. He fits the scheme a little bit better than Drummond does. If you talk about run after catch, game speed, I think he has the edge there.
What school did he go to, though? What school did he go to?
It doesn't matter what school.
It do because it matters about the competition. What school did this young man that you acting like an all-star, Pro Bowler, what school he went to? Just for the people in the back because they might not know where he went.
He went to San Jose State.
Oh.
Okay.
Now where my guy went? Just for the people who not aware, where my guy went?
Ole Miss, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, he was in the SEC. Like with you being an Arkansas guy, right? You know what I'm saying? This is a 100% setup. With you being an Arkansas guy, wouldn't you consider the SEC like the conference? Even though we finna piss Choctaw off in the comments, but when you consider SEC the conference, sir, when you consider that,
he played in a better conference.
You would. Go ahead.
I'm also asking this: does that always mean that the player is going to pan out just because they played in the SEC.
No, but all we saying is he's going up against better competition. So my chances is, look at y'all already hating. No. but look, this all I'm saying. When you say that he's playing with a higher level of competition than Mr. Marino is,
yeah,
wouldn't that be fair, sir?
That would be fair. But can I also ask you this? If you play at a smaller school, should you not be, good against the guy that you play against?
You should be dominant. No, you shouldn't be good. You should be dominant. If you gonna make your impression in the NFL, if I consider you to be one of those players that's gonna take it to the next level, you shouldn't be good in a lower tier conference. You should be dominant in those. Okay, that's the difference. Was he dominant?
He was good. Was
he dominant?
Hold on. Was Cole Beasley dominant where he played at?
Man, we ain't talking about Cole Beasley. We talking about Marino Crawford.
They ain't the question. Listen, all you gotta do is be productive, and you're talking like Kinfolk was super productive. Like I don't think Drummond even had a 1,000-yard season. He might have had one.
In the SEC though, it's different.
Not really.
It's harder. Listen. It's harder, bro. It's harder.
Hey, and listen, it may be a better level of competition, but like it's not like he really went out there and produced.
That's why we giving Tolbert, people like Tolbert a boost up, because at least he was like dominant in his conference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and listen, I do believe in Tolbert from an athletic standpoint too, though. Like I can see on film and I can see with his measurements that he is going to be good in the NFL when he gets a chance.
Hold up, Miss Regina said, "Don't cherry pick, landlord." This is a debate, Miss Regina. I'm over here. We got to swing for the fences. Hey, this is a debate. We got to get a little dirt. We got to get our hands dirty in the debate now. But go ahead.
Of course. Nah, but listen. I'm not saying that Jalen Moreno Cropper is going to be Jesus in Cleveland. Like that. I'm just saying, that I think from a scheme standpoint and from a physical standpoint, that he will fit into what we want to do a little bit better than Drummond. I think if we were still playing, option route, need a possession wide receiver, that Drummond would be a better fit. But since we're talking about yards after the catch, since we're talking about game speed, since we're talking about fitting within the West Coast offense, I just think Jalen Moreno Cropper, fits better to what we do. So that's why I think he has a better opportunity of sticking and making the roster.
I got you though, but that's Drummond's specialty too though. He's a yak guy. That's what he do. So that's perfect for the West Coast offense as well. Now when it comes to speed, Marino better. He got better long speed, but I'm telling you, you look at the tape. I see Drummond doing boys dirty and separate. So that's all I want to see. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want to say. Like. I like Drummond. It ain't nothing wrong with that. You like Marino, we can agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying he ain't gonna do nothing. I ain't saying he ain't giving the country boys nothing, but to be fair, I don't know how much of a foul shot either one of these guys gonna get. That's all I'm saying. So I told you, Semi Hoku and Dennis Houston might be above these boys. That's just my opinion.
And that's why I said that these preseason games are going to matter, because there's no way in hell. Because listen, what did Deron Bland do in preseason that solidified his ass getting on there? And shout out to Desmond Ironman for the $10 donation. They got you 2 entries to the Dallas Cowboy jersey raffle. So salute to you and thank you for the love support.
Shout out to you, sir. We appreciate your support.
Deron Bland was in preseason going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. He clearly separated himself from Nashawn Wright and these other guys that were already on the team. So when it was time and, Jordan Lewis went down, who was the next man up over Nashawn Wright and even Kelvin Joseph? It was the 5th-round pick Bland, who put in the work in both the offseason and the preseason to be ahead on the depth chart. So, that's why I'm saying, like, I'm picking my player, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all may not be like in literature shit, like y'all may not know like the literature stuff, but back in like the Odyssey and shit, not the Odyssey, it was like I forget the name of the damn epic, but the guys had picked their champions and shit, during the Trojan War, like, hey, I'm back this dude, like, well, this is gonna be like the battlefield, I'm backing Jalen Moreno Cropper to go in and come out with the glory.
Okay, I understand you endorsing your guy, but
Yeah,
I did make a case for, even if he wins, you know what I'm saying, we do got to understand there's different reasons why he might win. You know what I'm saying? And you got to think about this. Like I just said, this team has showed us people who we feel and regard as being better players not playing. Do they not have a not a big track record? I wouldn't say that we're not giving people a chance, but it's people on this team who should be playing over other people.
Hey, it's big enough of a track record for us to talk about it. So
see, that's what I'm telling you. So that's my whole premise. Like, that's why I'm standing on that, bro. I done been, treated unfairly on teams before. Like, your whole football team, they know you better. They coming to you every practice like, man, you should be playing, bro. Why you ain't playing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I done been in that situation where the coaches was hating on you, but everybody else know. So it's politics in every single space that you go in. That's why I'm telling you, if just because he get the nod, that don't mean that's necessarily the better player. Sometimes it just be, I like this guy a little bit more than this guy, or some stuff that we can't see on film. And like, it's a couple of people that we know should be playing. That's not. Yeah. That's what I'm telling you. Yeah.
And listen, I'm saying from all is fair standpoint, I think that Moreno Cropper can win out over these other guys.
Over Simi, because that's a big statement to me. Over Simi, you standing on that right now.
What has Simi done to say that he's untouchable?
I'm not saying he is. I'm just telling you his position on this football team. That's what I'm telling you.
Listen,
I'm not saying he deserves it.
Hear me out real quick. If Dennis Houston did what he had did in preseason and training camp, Simi ass would already been off the cliff. They already gave somebody opportunity, to go out there. They just didn't do anything when they got on the field.
But look what they did though. They found a nice safe space for him though, didn't they? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did.
That phantom injury.
Yeah. This what I'm telling you, bro. I don't see them just letting Simi go like that. I just don't. I'm sorry. Like, he one of the players that they consider to have a lot of potential. So if he ever reaches this potential, that's different. But I'm just telling you, bro. I don't see a situation where they let Simi go or get him cut. Because, bro, you already know, even though Simi hasn't shown nothing, Simi was held to a high regard throughout the league. Simi will not, I don't even think he'll make it on the practice squad. Another team would be like, bro, bring Simi over here. Like, you remember when we drafted him, it was a lot of GMs saying Simi's good. They had a lot of high glowing reports about Simi. So this is what I'm telling you. Like, I ain't saying that it's true. I'm not saying that it's true. I'm just telling you that amongst the GMs in the league, Simi might not make it on the practice squad.
I don't care. I don't think he can do shit for me.
You don't care. Look, you don't care. I'm telling you the reality. Yeah.
We're talking about two different things.
Yeah. I'm telling you the reality. Yeah.
You telling me the skew view of the front office.
Yeah.
The reality. I'm telling you the reality of shit that go on in the football field. Like Simi has all the physical gifts in the world, but even in college, Simi ain't do shit. Like, Simi got drafted based. Listen, because Simi ain't never had 1,000 yards.
Because he was the prototypical guy, huh?
Yeah, Simi is big and fast, right? Yeah, good. He big and fast, and he was still a guy who all of his production in college really came in like one damn game. Like, he had like a monster game with like 200-something yards, and his ass still finished with like 530 yards on the season. I'm just saying, like, Simi Fehoko is a guy with potential and physical traits that has never really translated onto the football field. And I'm saying, like, these other guys, even a guy like Drummond, right? I would kick the tires on Drummond over Simi Fehoko.
Okay,
saying, like,
we gotta ask for crowd participation on this, because I like you said, I'm not saying that Simi deserves this treatment, because that would be ludicrous. That would be buffoonery. I'm not saying that. I'm just telling you what I feel like was more likely to happen. That's all. So I want to see what the crowd say. Let me see if I can pull up a poll. What y'all think about this, people? Because I just don't see the Joneses just kicking Simi off a bridge. The reason I said that's the reason I brought up him as a practice squad guy. You see what I'm saying? Because that factors into them what they might do to him on his roster. You see what I'm saying? I feel like they'll look at it like, I don't think Simi can survive on the practice squad, so we can't put him on the practice squad because we don't want to just 100% lose him. So they'll gamble with another player over that. You see what I'm saying? That's my idea of it. Now, like I said, whether it's right or wrong, it is what it is.
And I think that's where we differ on the conversation. Like, I'm not saying that they wouldn't do something stupid like that. I'm just saying it would be stupid for them to do that. Like, I want fair, unbiased roster battles. And if player X is better than player Y, then, player X needs to have his ass on the active roster over player Y, player Z, player Omega, whatever number you want, whatever letter number you want to throw out there. If they are better and they have shown better, they need to be on the active roster. Now, I know there's politics, I know there's favoritism, I know there's selective outrage, all the time. When it comes to these roster decisions, I'm saying it's fair. If all is fair and it's an even, unbiased roster battle.
See, that's why I have to stop you, because that's fantasy land. It's never all fair. It's never all fair.
Like, listen, but it does not need to be that way. Especially, and listen, I understand if this was like, hey man, this is a second round pick, man. We got to get somebody. These are 5th, 6th, 7th, and undrafted free agents we talking about. Like, listen, like you do not have to be, that bias when it comes to the selection for the bottom of your damn roster. We're talking about wide receiver 5.
Yeah, I just look. I just did a poll in my chat. I want to see what the results look like. I just asked, will Simi get kicked off a bridge for any other wide receiver? Cause like now, if they show some real, like, of course, if they show up, I'm talking about like if it's anywhere near close. They gonna give Simi the nod, bro. I'll tell you straight.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I'm saying it won't be close.
Oh, so you putting the stamp on Crawford saying he finna ball out.
It's over.
Okay. Hey, stand on it then, man. Just stand on it then. Stand on it then. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. If you gonna stamp that, then let me know. You stamp.
Yeah, like nah. Listen, like I told you, like this is my gladiator. I'm putting them in the Coliseum against the Lions, the Tigers, the Bears, and the Negroes. I need him to go out there battle the Romans. I need him to go out there battle the Turks. We finna go to war.
Okay. See, I ain't got nobody like that. You know what I'm saying? But I like Drummond, but I ain't finna. He's not gonna be the warrior I choose when I'm playing Mortal Kombat. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna be the character I pick. You understand?
Hey, that's why I'm picking the wide receiver room. I got another gladiator on the offensive line. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Well, let's get to it. Ain't no need to playing with these people time on a good Sunday, man. Ain't no need to play. Let's get to it, sir. What you got for him?
Boy, I'm taking TJ Bass over Josh Ball and Asen Richards year one.
Ooh. Just off the tape, right? Because you ain't really seen awesome Richards yet.
Yeah. I'm basing it all. It's projection for both of them because neither one of them is going to be playing their best position. Their best position, that they've shown in college was actually left tackle. They are both being touted as being left guards. Now, the reason I'm going to give TJ Bass the edge going into this battle, and of course, it's going to be an open competition, hopefully, and hopefully they're not going to just base it solely on projection, because as a projection, like Asen Richards should have the higher upside. He is the better athlete. He is going to be the guy with more upside. He's barely been playing offensive line. But we're just talking about who fits the scheme better day one, who will be a better plug and play player and should fare better, right? Because we haven't seen it yet. Who should fare better is going to be TJ Bass, based on the fact, one, he actually has over 700 reps at left guard already in college, whereas Asen Richards does not. He's never taken a single snap at left guard, if I'm not mistaken. And B, TJ Bass is going to actually fit the new style of blocking that we're going to move to, because TJ Bass was the best zone blocker in college football the last 2 seasons, while as we're going to be moving to that. I don't know that for a fact for Ace. So I think
let me get this super in real quick. Shout out to Dead Iron Man with the $10 super. I appreciate you, sir. He says, shout out to the Trap House. You and HTM been killing it. Hey, salute to you, sir. He says Simi can take Noah Brown's spot. That's hilarious. Know what I'm saying? That's hilarious saying Simi can take his spot because, hey, he left a vacancy in it. I don't know how we ever gonna replace that production that young man gave us. You know what I'm saying? How we gonna replace Noah Brown production, Mr. Hen? How we gonna ever do that?
Easily. And OGDP, Asim Richards only had 49 snaps at left guard. So, like he did take some snaps at left guard, but he took 49 compared to TJ Bass. Let me double check the exact numbers on TJ Bass for his left guard play, because TJ Bass played left guard 431 snaps in 2021 and 386. So,
Then my Iron Man said it's a heavy burden trying to replace Noah Brown.
Oh my God, y'all funny. I love y'all. That's why we do these shows.
Look, you gotta say it easily, just like you said. Hey, that was fat. You said hey, look, it's so crazy because he ain't man. He ain't no good. He ain't no good at all. When I said it, he said easily. Then he just moved on with his life. He didn't give it no energy, did it? When I brought that up, he said easily. Now, what else we talking about? He ain't pay that no mind. You ain't no good, sir. But you got the number.
Man. Oh, yeah. I got the numbers. Like say, because they said that Asim did take some snaps at left guard. He took 49. You take a look at TJ Bass at left guard. He took 7 last year, 431 the year before, and 386 the year before. So Asim Richards already has more productive snaps at left guard, because actually he split time 2021 between left tackle and left guard, and that actually was his highest rated season. He graded out as an 86 overall as a player that year.
If I'm not mistaken, Bass grade out better at run blocking though, right?
Bass grades out better at everything.
I'm talking about not opposed to him. I'm talking about in his own right. He's a better run blocker than he is a pass blocker, right?
Yes, it's not that big of a margin.
Oh, it's not that big of a difference.
Run blocking is a 78.1, pass blocking is a 73.4, and then like it's actually night and day with Asim. Asim as a run blocker graded out as a 53, and then his pass blocking is a 75.5. So there's a huge gap in between his ability to run block and pass block. And then you also have to factor in that he has not played a lot at left guard where they're trying to peg him in. So, and also, like this man did not have a, like I told y'all when he got drafted and the undrafted free agent roster came out, I was higher on TJ Bass than I was Asim Richards. Asim Richards got drafted with a 7th-round grade in the 5th. And then, TJ Bass went undrafted with a 5th-round grade. So, I felt better about the overall bang for your buck for TJ Bass. And I know, from a physical standpoint, Asim Richards can eventually, probably leapfrog him because he has the higher upside from a physical standpoint. But we're just talking about playing offensive linemen, right? We're just talking about playing offensive linemen. And then listen, it's not like, you were the main person talking about where you played at. He played at Oregon. He didn't play.
I was about to say, I like the fact that he played at a big school too.
Yeah, he didn't play at a small school. I'm not saying that North Carolina is a bad school or anything, but I think the level of competition that he played against was better, because I know for a fact that this man has had a game against Alabama. Yeah. I know for a fact that he done played a bunch of different schools and stuff. Yeah. So I like TJ Bass better. I don't know if the coaching staff is going to feel the same way that I did. Like you said, there might be some favoritism.
Yeah,
there might be some. There might be some. Hey, we spent this much draft capital on this boy. We gonna give him a fair shot.
No, wait a minute. Did you hear Will McClay? Will McClay literally said that. So now I ain't even go to that evidence room. You know what I'm saying? You remember Will McClay literally said that out his own mouth. He said, when you draft these guys, you gotta play them. He said that exactly. When you draft these guys, you got to play them. You don't got to play nobody. You know what I'm saying? You play the players who earn their spot. So that was kind of alarming to me. It sounded a little dollar billish to me. I'm gonna just say that. When he said it, I was like, wait a minute. Now, don't nobody just have nobody should be entitled to playing. You gotta earn that spot. So when he said that, it's like, man, you don't know when to cut your losses. So I hope we able to do that though. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see us losing time and wasting time just trying to squeeze blood out this turnip. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you got to learn when to hold him and when to fold him. If he's terrible, you got to let him go. You know what I'm saying? Because he said that when you draft these guys, you got to play them. Like, I don't know about that. They got to earn play time.
Yep, because listen, if that was the case, and it really was the case with Terrence Steele, because like Terrence Steele, even though he was playing well, he still lost his job to Collins when he came back from injury, and Collins was not playing well. He came back out of shape. He had just tried to bribe a damn tester, so there was no reason for Collins to really play. So they do have that favoritism, and we saw Josh Ball make the active roster over Aviante Collins.
Yeah, this is what I'm telling you. So I mean, hey, that's all I'm saying. It be good players not getting reps, bro, and people will be like, well, if he ain't playing, he ain't good, bro. You couldn't have been in no locker room, bro. You couldn't have ever been in a locker room if you feel like it's that cut and dry and it's that black and white. Like, it be a lot of other factors. I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about a lot of people that feel that way. Like, it's not that cut and dry.
Now, listen. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying it should be.
It should be. Yeah.
We're just talking about from straight up football stuff. I'm leaving the politics out of it because we all know there's politics. I'm just saying from an overall football standpoint, like, these guys have the higher upside, and they probably will outperform these guys just based on the setup. Because some of these guys might go to a different team, different situation, and play better than the other guy.
Look like my internet, my stuff, my numbers dropping. Is the screen doing all right? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, my numbers dropped too. Like my stuff dropped from like 20 to like 7 now. So I don't know. Maybe somebody else went live or something. Maybe Law Nation Live or OG Balls or somebody.
It looked like the internet working on mine, so I don't know what's going on. I hear people saying something about the screen. Oh, they say it's good now. Let me make sure, because I don't see nothing on my technical side that's saying nothing, but maybe it's just a natural internet screwing up or something. I don't know. Y'all let me know if we good right now. Let me know.
Yeah, VP Justice said I'll take Bass over Ball. Yeah, listen, Ball is horrible. I'll take Landlord over Ball.
Don't do that. I'm an all-star, sir. I don't know what you what you going off. I'm an all-American, you know what I'm saying? But
indeed.
Yeah. Put me at tight end. I can give you about 3 good reps. I can score a touchdown at tight end, you know what I'm saying? I'm good right now.
I believe in you. I believe in my brother. I'm always supporting your endeavors.
I got 3 good reps in me. You know what I'm saying? Sign me up, coach. They said Landlord, it was lagging out, bro. What about now? Oh, it said I see one person say we good now. Mm-hmm.
What's good with you, my brother Tariq? Thank you for tapping in and showing love to the channel, my boy.
It looked like it kicked everybody out, though. It looked like we straight now, I guess. But I don't know. Hopefully we get back right. But other than the O-line beef, what other battles you want to discuss, though?
I mean, I done started the last 2 beefs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He said, Desmond said it was lagging bad. It was spinning for a minute. I thought it was my internet. Oh my God! See, I didn't know that. Like,
I don't know what's going on. Yeah, it should be good.
It was my internet too. I know it my internet.
I don't know, man. Some days the internet just be sucky. Hopefully it's okay. It might be the Joneses trying to shut us down or something. Ain't no telling. No, they own everything. You know what I'm saying? But
hey, we got to talk about favoritism a little bit too.
Yeah,
we gotta stop that shit.
They said we gotta go find him. But okay. Now this gonna be interesting. Linebackers Linebackers. What about linebackers? Do you see anybody stepping up? Do you see anybody replacing anybody? Do you see anybody jumping anybody in the depth chart? And I ain't talking about Jabril Cox. Now, before you even put your dukes up and stuff, want to fight. I'm just saying. What you think?
Yeah, because I think it's pretty much defined. Because Jabril Cox is obviously already at the bottom of the depth chart. So,
look at him. You gotta take a jab at Jabril, don't you, boy? You can't let that man live, man. He was minding his business. Him, and then you come want to throw some shots at the young man. Good grief.
I mean, nah, because listen, let's just talk about this. Like, you were just talking about they're gonna play the guy that they draft. Well, Overshown was drafted in the 3rd round. Devin Harper was drafted in the 5th. So I think like
look at that person. I'm sorry. This boy Chata said Ultra Cowboy was telling on me. We had trap treason in the trap yesterday for the first time ever. You know what I'm saying? Trap. I don't know if y'all seen it, but we had trap treason. You know what I'm saying? But that's gonna be an interesting discussion because I ain't gonna lie. Like once again, I'm high on Devin Harper. I feel like Devin Harper deserves some reps, man. I really do. But is he going to get them? I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
So you think he should get reps over Overshown?
Man, I'm high on Devin Harper. With us drafting Overshown that high, I just don't see it. But I feel like he's a good.
Is it better? Do you think he's better?
Right now, at linebacker? I probably put him in before him though. I ain't gonna lie. I think Overshown, he fills too many slots. He's not just a linebacker. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Devin Harper is a pure linebacker.
Who on our team that actually plays is a linebacker outside of
Devin Clark? I mean, Damone Clark, a linebacker.
Okay, him and LVEs.
Yeah.
So like we play a 3-4. I mean a 4-3. And we never see 3 linebackers. You know that, right? So,
true.
He'll get on the field because he can play the Donovan Wilson, J-Ron Kearse role, and he's bigger. Like he has J-Ron Kearse by 30 pounds. He has Donovan Wilson by 30 pounds. Like people don't talk about this because he has a safety background. He's a big ass man. He's the same size as Fred Warner.
Who you talking about right now?
Overshown.
Like, okay.
Like they're both 6'3", 6'30". That's the same measurements as Fred Warner. You know what I'm saying? So like if we're talking about guys that can get on, play that tweener role, and might actually survive a little bit longer because we know how J-Ron Kearse be getting nicked up. We know how Donovan Wilson be getting nicked up. It will be him. But it's like linebacker is really like a funny position on the Dallas Cowboys.
It is
because like technically. Donovan Wilson and J-Ron Kearse are your linebackers because they played that big nickel so damn much. When you look at the amount of times, that we line up in nickel, we actually line up in nickel 70% of the time, over 70% of the time.
Yeah.
So the facts of the matter, you're not going to really see a 4-3. We're a 4-3 defense base by default, but because the NFL has moved to these multiple wide receiver looks so much. The actual average for a nickel played in the NFL is actually over 60%. So even if you're a 3-4 or a 4-3, the only thing that usually changes is your nickel package. Most teams either going to play a 3-3-5. If you're a 3-4 defense, you'll have three down linemen, and then you'll have 3 linebackers, and then you'll have the 5 defensive backs, or you'll play a 4-2-5. With four down linemen, 2 linebackers, and then an extra defensive back.
So I want to ask a question though. In that, it sounds like the modern style of the NFL, the way they playing now, is kind of eliminating the linebacker or downgrading the linebacker need a little bit. You know what I'm saying? As a pure linebacker. So listen to this though. Do that need spike back up when you play teams like San Francisco though, teams that want to run? Because I want to be prepared for them guys. Now, I know most of the other league, the rest of the league are moving to a different style, but I want to be at least prepared for those battles too. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm looking at.
Depends on how they line up, because it depends. Are they running the ball out of a shotgun formation? Are they running the ball from a power formation? This is going to really depend on the snap counts of the formations that they line up against. So if they go, three wide receiver set, 4 wide receiver set, you're still gonna have to match it. You don't want a traditional linebacker out on the field at that point, but they can still hand the ball off.
Facts.
So it really going to depend on the personnel packages that they line up against. Of course, if they're going a damn fullback I formation heavy sets, you're gonna want a linebacker in.
Yeah.
But if they're running the ball out of the shotgun almost exclusively, then you're still gonna want to have a tweener in there. Like, yeah, he can run, but he can also cover.
We need to do that one day. We need to scout San Francisco whole offense. I want to know exactly what these dudes doing, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to beat these dudes this year, man. I'm sorry. We got to beat these dudes this year, man.
I am willing to devote like 3 or 4 shows this year just based on the 49ers.
We got to beat them, bro. Yeah, go ahead.
We're already going to have a week of preparation. I always do know your enemy before we play a team. So there's already going to be a week of us looking at the 49ers because we play them in the regular season. We're planning on playing them in the playoffs. I feel like that's going to set up. We're all going to have a week of that. I will put another 2 or 3 weeks in, maybe during the off season, just looking at the damn 49ers.
Yeah, I think that'll be a decent show because that's priority number 1 for me. Like, of course, it's not in the order of operations, but I'm saying if you asked me what would I want out of this season, and it'll definitely be beating San Francisco in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the main things I need. You know what I'm saying? I beat them in the regular season. I might even sacrifice a regular season loss for a playoff win against San Francisco. You know what I'm saying? I'm almost at that level. So I just feel like it sucks because if we would have been able to beat that team, I really like my chances against anybody else. That's what sucks. You see what I'm saying? They brought a different style of fight to us that we weren't prepared for. I think we way more equipped for it this time around.
Yeah, and you also got to remember, like, we did make some moves to shore up our run defense. As much as people talk about, Mozzie Smith, I think eventually that Overshown can be a part of that run defense. He graded out very well against the run. And listen, I know he's not a traditional linebacker. I know this, but that doesn't matter in Dan Quinn's defensive system.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, it's almost a disservice to be a traditional linebacker and expect to play in Dan Quinn's system.
I think that's why I said that showed me a lot for him to draft Overshown. Because I'm thinking, I didn't know for a fact, but I had thoughts in my head like maybe Dan Quinn playing these linebackers in safety hybrid role because he feel like he's not up to par at linebacker. But it don't seem like that when you go and select a hybrid linebacker. Like, this is how you want to play. Like you said, he used to do that at Atlanta too. But he wasn't a defensive coordinator though. So that's why I went looking at it like that. I'm pretty sure he still had his hands tied in it. But with Deion Jones and them and stuff. But hopefully we'll see. Like, they had linebackers at Seattle though. You know what I'm saying? They had
it was Bobby Wagner.
yeah. We could have had Bobby Wagner too though, goddamn it. Shit.
Hey, shout out to Mickey for the donation. They got you another entry into the Dallas Cowboy raffle for the jersey. And if y'all want to be like Mickey and improve your odds of getting a jersey, y'all just hit that cash app. $ hit it no more.
Shout out to Mickey for always supporting everybody, man. We appreciate you. But tell me that we could have had Bobby too. Like, that just hurt my feelings, but you know what I'm saying? It's real. Shout out to Mickey with the $5 super, man. Always supporting. We really appreciate you, Mickey.
And by the way, Mickey, that got you 25 entries, so you had the best chances of winning the Dallas Cowboy jersey right now. You have 25 entries for the raffle on the 31st, so salute to you.
Absolutely.
And then, who was that also that sent?
That was Desmond Ironman, yeah.
So let me go in here and see. Desmond, that was your first 2. So it's all good though. So Desmond, like, salute to you. You just double your chances of winning the jersey though. Like,
oh yeah.
You had 0, you got 2 now. So
that reminds me. Cause don't get it twisted just because you don't have a lot of interest. Because it's a guy that won on mine who I haven't heard from, Richard Coleman. He had one entry on my raffle, and he won a T-shirt. So if anybody know how to get in touch with him, I don't know if it's on Facebook or YouTube, but if anybody can get in touch with Mr. Richard Coleman, tell him to tap in with the trap so he can get his T-shirt, get his win. He probably didn't even think about it. He did one entry and still won. So don't get discouraged about how many entries you have. You still have a good odds to win. So if anybody can help me get in touch with him, let me know.
And same thing on my show. S.A. Richburg won the last raffle in the liquor store. Hold on, make sure that this thing. Okay, it stopped buffering. All right, so S.A. Richburg won the last raffle on the liquor store, and we have not heard back from him yet. So if y'all know who S.A. Richburg is, let them know that they were the grand winner of the last raffle for a jersey. And if you know them, let them know to contact me so I can get their jersey sent to them.
TA Cowboys in the building. How you doing, man? She says Kellen is gone. San Francisco will be a different outcome. I really feel the same way. I feel like he was one of the biggest hurdles we had to jump. It was us playing against Kellen showboat style, and then we had to play against D'Amico Ryans and that defense. So the offense didn't really give us that many problems, man. Our defense held it down, bro. It ain't many games our defense let us down. Like, it hasn't been. And then this is without us playing complimentary football. If we was playing complimentary football, we would have been way better off. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at it, Kellen Moore wanted to run and gun. That's when you realize, like, he wanted to run and gun. And Mike McCarthy even said that. And you could tell Mike McCarthy was getting fed up. He like, man, I done said this time and time again. He had to draw his line in the dirt and made sure he separated himself. He said, I am not involved in this. And I ain't gonna lie, he did it in a professional way, but that right there let me know that he says it's sound in and out. Wait a minute. It looks good on my end, Mr. Neal. Somebody let me know if any sound messing up, because it looks good on my end. But Mike McCarthy let me kind of know what kind of guy he was. Because he's like, man, look, I'm not finna go down with y'all ship and y'all just gonna dog me out. This is a man with a legacy. And he refused to just let y'all just treat him any kind of way. You know what I'm saying? The Jones is used to making these coaches out of thin air and then dog them out. Mike McCarthy like, look, bro, I'm a made man already. You're not just finna do me any kind of way. I'm going to demand me some players. I'm going to come in here and show y'all who I am, and I'm going to leave with a decent reputation as well. I ain't going to just sacrifice myself for y'all. And some coaches might do that for the Cowboys, but Mike McCarthy is not one of them. You know what I'm saying?
He said it sound like we talking in a fan. He said it's still going on. It's like it cuts out every other half second and comes back on. S.A. Richburg, there you are. Hey, S.A. Richburg, hit my inbox. Go on, either go to Facebook and go to HTM Sports and inbox me, or go on Twitter and DM me your information so I can send you your jersey.
But I don't know. Hopefully we get back right. Do that. As a pure linebacker. So listen to this. This feel like maybe my mic loud or something. I don't know. But the sound look like it's pretty decent to me. Yeah. I don't know. Say y'all sound good. I don't know what it is on what y'all got going on, but I don't know. It looks pretty good on my end. He said my laptop put me out of commission. He been missing. But okay.
HTM Sports on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. Kenny the Moore on Twitter. Yeah, I make sure I get my guy's stuff, man.
Yeah. Gotta make sure y'all tap in. And if anybody can find Mr. Richard Coleman, please tell him to report to the trap, please. But okay, we talked about the linebackers. I don't know. I'm gonna give you the W on that one, because Overshawn probably could find his way on the field more. You know what I'm saying? I could say that because he could do so much. He's a hybrid. So I feel like he probably do find his way on the field more. But I like my guy Devin Harper. I think he should be getting some snaps over somebody. I'm gonna tell you that.
Who? Who is he better than to deserve snaps? Is he better than Damone Clark?
Hold on, they said I'm a tad bit loud. That might be what it is. Let me see.
Well, you go ahead, and then I'll ask you some of these tough questions once everybody can hear me.
They can hear you, I think. Let me see. We should be good. What we sounding like now?
You've been sounding good to me, so
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Said Troy Moore said I was a tad bit loud. I have to keep my volume down low, and that makes Henny low. I don't know. Your audio sounds good now. I don't know, Troy Moore. I'm sorry, man. You know, we building this plane. You know, it's like 17 volumes on this system, so forgive me. But okay. Now go on.
Okay, so let me just run through this real quick. Who is he better than for him to get on the field then? Right, to play a traditional linebacker role, right? We're not talking about tweener. We're talking about traditional linebacker. Is he right now at this point of his career, even though I don't think he's the best linebacker in the world, is he better than Leighton Vander Esch?
I don't know. I mean, I can't say he is without seeing him in that role, but I'm telling you, I like the kid. I think he can play.
Hold on. Listen, I didn't ask y'all that. I ask you some
I can't answer it because he ain't got the reps.
Okay, but listen. Do you think he would be coming off of injury as a guy who never played the NFL? Do you think he would be better than Leighton Vander Esch right now?
I ain't gonna say he'll be. I wouldn't say he'll be better, but I think he'll be a good player. You give him some more reps, then he could. I like his potential. Tell you that.
Okay, that's fine. I ain't talking about potential. I'm talking about, can he get on the field right now? Is he better than Damone Clark right now?
Probably not.
Okay. So those are the only two guys who are traditional linebackers that even get on the field, right?
So what you're saying is it's doom and gloom for Mr. Devin Harper. That's what you're saying.
I'm saying he's a rotational player. Like they need to get some Gatorade. They need to go to the bathroom.
What it is, I think it's just the fact that DQ he don't care nothing about a linebacker. That's what it seems like to me. You offer DQ a linebacker, he did a nasty stank face and say he good. He don't want nothing to do with a linebacker, man. He like to play the way he like to play, I guess. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird to me because I'm used to having traditional linebackers.
I mean, yeah. And listen, you really don't need it. Well, I ain't gonna say you don't need a traditional.
When we play the big team, when we play San Francisco, when we play the Eagles, we gonna need them.
Man, like I said, it really depends. And we stopped the Eagles without a traditional linebacker. The Eagles ain't do shit to us.
We ain't have to worry about Hurts. Well, Hurts, we stopped it. We did better when they had Hurts on defense. So, yeah, you right. You right. The defense cut up when Hurts was in there. They just got D-Law and Micah a couple times on that RPO type stuff, but they ain't really do nothing with Hurts in there.
Yeah, I'm not saying that a traditional linebacker wouldn't help us. But it would have to be a traditional linebacker better than Leighton Vander Esch, and you weren't getting that in the draft anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it takes time to learn the X's and learn the X's and O's. It takes time to understand what these NFL offenses are trying to do to you. It takes time to learn the audibles because you're going to be the defensive play caller with the green dot. It takes time. So like a rookie middle linebacker probably wouldn't have gave us the effect we were looking for anyway. You would have had to go out there and get somebody like Bobby Wagner, or go out there and get somebody, that's been playing middle linebacker in the NFL for some time that you feel was better than LVE. You didn't do that, so I don't think that one of the young kids would have came in and made that big of a difference. We ain't out here tripping about no damn weak side linebacker.
To tell the truth, that's kind of what I wanted, though. I ain't gonna lie. Because I feel like we need a green dot. How long we DQ defense be confusing me sometimes though. I ain't gonna lie. Cause like I said, it's just I'm programmed to know you need a linebackers. You know what I'm saying? Your linebacker's supposed to be your green dot. All of this stuff is untraditional in our defense. But it's working. But I guess it's just gonna take time for me to, get accustomed to it, I guess. I don't know. It just feel like, it's almost like watching the NBA when you see these 7-foot guys shooting threes all game. Like it just don't. It still seems like you should be in the paint from time to time, right? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm old school and I gotta get modernized or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And listen, I feel you. You ain't saying nothing wrong. Like I said, that is the traditional way. But once you start moving, away to a very pass happy offense, away from what they were doing back in the day. Back in the day, like you had everybody and their mama had 1,000-yard rusher.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that 1,000-yard wasn't shit. Like, you were celebrating the guy that got 1,500, 1,600, 1,700 yards. Those were the top running backs. Now, like 1,000 yards in this day and age when they barely run the ball, that's still something to hang your hat on. So, like I understand what you're saying, but there's not really too many teams. You will play more teams that throw the ball 40 times than you will that run the ball 35 times.
Look though, that might be the reason why San Francisco has so much success with the inferior quarterback, because the league is going this way and they going against the grain. You see what I'm saying? They going against the grain, so now most teams can't match up the way they play. Y'all got these little bitty linebackers, these safeties playing linebacker roles, and we running the ball down your throat. You know what I'm saying? This might be the code they cracking. Because if you go against the grain, that might help you out. You know what I'm saying? And I think it does in them big time playoff roles. Like, of course, most of the time you might not need this. But we trying to do something for real. We trying to get over the hump. So that is the boogeyman to us right now. It's sad to say it like that, but right now, we got to get over these 49ers, man. We do.
I mean, I want you to understand something. We actually ran the ball more than they did. So, I don't know what it is about the 49ers.
I don't know what they do, bro. What is they got going on?
So you talk about rushing attempts, like the Eagles ran more, we ran more, the Falcons ran more, the Bears. So I don't know what the hell they doing.
That's why I told you we got to do a show to scout these boys. What exactly are they doing? Cause look, are they doing a lot of play actions and stuff like that, because that help it disguise it. Because bro, they don't even have a real quarterback, and they still being very successful. It's something up with that scheme they got going on. It's something they doing.
Let's look real quick.
I know they play kind of positionless on the offensive end. They might move Kittle to fullback. They be moving them around. Then they got use check. They use him all kind of different ways. They lining up Christian McCaffrey at wide receiver and stuff like that. So I know they play mismatch football. They do play matchup football, and that's something Mike McCarthy said he want to put into our system, because Kellen Moore never played mismatch football really. You know what I mean? Like, I can't remember a game where we found a matchup and we just tore it up. Do you? Bro, that's football right there.
I'm trying to see how often they play action. Play action pass attempts. Minnesota led the league with 207. Miami was second. Chargers were third. Giants were fourth. Detroit was fifth. Houston was sixth. Buffalo was seventh. Hold on. Am I looking at the right year? Yes, 2022. That's some weird shit.
They ain't even high in play action either.
They're not top 10 in play action.
Gotta be RPO or something. These dudes are doing something. Or unless they just spamming them on the mismatches. They gotta just be spamming mismatches then. I don't know.
Because the Eagles led the league in RPO pass attempts with 136.
I knew that.
Atlanta was second with 120. So let's see. You gotta go all the way down.
So wait a minute. These boys ain't running more than nobody. They ain't RPOing more than nobody, and they ain't play actioning more than nobody.
They only had 39 pass attempts off the RPO.
They just mismatching everything then, and they spamming it. That's crazy to me. Let me see. Yeah, San Francisco only had 98 pass attempts off of play action. When we play like that though, Freight Train, this is why I be angry sometimes. I can't remember a game where we found the scrub and just tore him up all game. I can't remember that game. Kellen Moore find the scrub and do one play and then go back to doing something else goofy. I don't remember that game where we just exploited a bad matchup like that. Now, I can see a little of the mismatched football bleeding over to the way we use CeeDee Lamb, though. I seen that this year. You know what I mean? Because they was moving them in the slot. They was motioning them in the lot. Like, it seemed like they played find the scrub with CeeDee Lamb a little bit.
Yeah, like Philly said.
Yeah, he just said as soon as I said it. Yeah. I can see it a little bit in CeeDee. It's easy for you to say he overrated when y'all got to play the USFL quarterback when y'all played him. Let me see. Thomas A. Garrett said Dallas need to watch the Atlanta Falcons tape. Atlanta had their number in that game. If I'm correct, I think that was their worst game of the year last year. We got to scout this team. We got to beat these boys. Cause I don't fear them, but I feel way better against everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I really do. It's just we got to get that monkey off our back, and it's the style of play. I think Myles Smith helps us out a lot in that avenue of actually trying to beat them. You know what I'm saying? I really do. So hopefully the Myles Smith addition could help us get over the hump. Because think about it. Don't nobody got to throw at Trey them if they could just run the ball. That's easy work for Kyle Shanahan. He like, man, listen, you mean to tell me I get to run? Kellen Moore ideology was like, I have to run. I got to run. You know what I'm saying? It's like punishment for him. You mean I got to run the ball? Kyle Shanahan like, I get to run the ball. That's a whole different mindset. You know what I mean?
Kyle Shanahan went into the game 2021 saying he wouldn't run the ball 30 times.
And people are already telling us they know we ain't finna commit to the run. They already told us that. They said, oh, we know y'all ain't gonna, we knew they wasn't gonna stick to the run. You know what I mean? So they ain't gonna be able to say nothing like that this year. They ain't gonna be able to say that this year.
Yeah, because you got an offensive coordinator that wants to run the ball, has shown he can run the ball. And then you got Mike McCarthy, putting added emphasis on it. Because I know for a fact it was not Kellen Moore's decision to run the ball because he said so as much.
He did it begrudgingly, as I say. He did it with an attitude. You know what I'm
like, damn, here.
Let me shut him up and just run the ball straight into a stacked line. Like, screw it. A 10-man box. Like, make up some stuff. He gonna run into a goal line formation. Like, nah, bro. Just run smart. He just want to set you up with the run.
Man, real talk. So let's see, because we segued into this 49ers thing. So you already know how I feel about offensive line. You know how I feel about wide receiver. You know how I feel about linebacker, right? Because I said like Overshown really is going to probably go on the field for a lot of these guys. I got one that we really should be talking about too, though.
Who that is? Let's see.
Tight end.
You gotta start some mess, don't you?
Take a solo. I'm finna run to the restroom real quick, and then I'll get up to speed when you come back. But I want to get your thoughts on this and Mr. Schoonmaker, because I know you thought this man would make pastries.
I thought his name was Scone for a minute. But far as tight end go, man, like I said, it could be it's gonna be political. Because I think they're going to give him every opportunity in the world to be a contributor. And if you think about it, you got Jake Ferguson and you got Peyton Hendershot. And Sean McKeon, you know, he don't really count because he's not utilized like that. But you do have two capable tight ends. So with you commit so much draft capital in the Schoonmaker, he is going to be pretty much thrust into a major role when you think about it. So I don't know how effective that's going to be. I don't know how smart that's going to be. We're going to have to see. But I'm taking my boy Jake Ferguson and Peyton Hendershot. I've seen what they've done. I don't want to like discredit Schoonmaker thinking that he can't play. But at the same time, I do know I got these birds in the hand. Schoonmaker would be the bird in the bush that I don't know. I don't have in my hand yet. Even though he got potential and stuff like that. So, I'm not sure. We'll have to see. But I don't want no favoritism. I want them to be able to, you know, battle it out for the starting role. I just want to see a good battle. That's all I want. Miss Regina said, did you ever get a chance to look at his separation? Talking about Schoonmaker. I got a film session coming on him after a while, maybe one day this week. But the thing about Schoonmaker, they didn't use him like that very often. Now, I feel like he can get up the field pretty decently. I feel like he can kind of expose the seams. But we didn't see it that often, and then we didn't see it in the league. We seen it in Michigan. Not much. So it's like it's all of that's the scary part about it. It's all a projection at this point. We gotta just, far as Luke Schoonmaker go as a receiving tight end, Miss Regina, we gotta project everything. That's why a lot of people was kind of standoffish when it came to this pick. Like, if we talking about blocking, he's a phenomenal blocker. That's what it looked like to me. He's not gonna make pancakes and highlight blocks, but he's going to consistently block his man. And, excuse me, that's something that Don Schultz failed at. And it seems like according to me, I don't value that as high, but it look like the Cowboys do. The Cowboys like, bro, if you're not making your blocks, I'd rather just have you out of the building and go get me somebody who going to do it. That's what that Luke Schoonmaker pick says to me. So I just went over saying that pretty much here. I like the guys that we have, but at the same time, man, Luke Schoonmaker has been drafted very high, and he's pretty much going to be thrust into a starting role almost. You know what I'm saying? I think Peyton Hendershot going to have to bite the bullet. What you think about that?
I think McKeon gonna bite the bullet.
So you think they just going to use all three of them?
Yeah, because I think Hendershot snaps are gonna go down, but if there's gonna be a tight end that will not make the roster, it's gonna be Sean McKeon. Because I think they like what they got from Hendershot last year based on his athleticism. I think they're still high on Ferg. You know what I'm saying? Because remember there were reports saying that Hendershot was ahead of Ferguson this offseason. Remember? You remember those reports? So I'm not gonna put Hendershot out the pasture. I think the one guy who probably is already on the bubble is McKeon, and like you said, they spent a lot of draft capital into Schoonmaker. Even though I don't necessarily think he will earn it, I definitely do think they will put him out there. They like his athletic ability, they like his ability to block, and like you said, he only had one season of production. So we're going to be doing a lot of projecting to see what he will do at the NFL level. At the NFL level as a pass catcher. But I know that they want to play more 12 personnel. I think that the set you will see more often on offense will be CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, Schoonmaker, Ferg, and then Tony Pollard as your offensive playmakers on the field together. So I think that you'll see that a lot. So I think that even no matter who they say is the starter, I think both will be on the field.
It'll be a decent amount of play to be distributed, basically. Yeah. Especially with Don Schultz being gone. Because he got a lot of snaps that you got to account for. Even though, some people may be high or low on him. I don't know if you can pull it up real quick, but what percentage of snaps did he play? Let us know before we you know, I got to get ready to get up out of here in a second. But shout out to David Sorrells with the $5 cash up. I appreciate you, sir.
Salute.
Yeah.
So let's take a look. Dalton Schultz, PFF.
That's a lot of snaps, I'm sure. It's a lot of snaps that's going to be able to be, you know, distributed out equally. You know what I mean? So, let's see.
Give me 2 seconds. I'll let you know how many snaps he had.
Sports Guru said he's a catch the ball well also. Oh, he catches the ball well also. He wasn't used right at Michigan. Yeah, I seen him looking like he got some pretty natural, you know, receiving tight end traits. But it's the unknown for most people. That's what I think it is. It's mostly the unknown. Most people like, well, and that's a fair argument, y'all. I don't want to sit up here and make it like these people right or wrong, because you got to think about this. For you to be drafted as a second round tight end, to me, that pretty much says you should have the production already. That's what's alarming. You know what I mean? Like, I could be wrong, but I feel like if you get drafted that high, your resume should say, hey, I'm a second round talent. And to be fair, his resume doesn't say that. But like I said, his projections, he do have the athletic ability. He got a lot of potential far as like his athletics. He's more athletic than Dalton Schultz was. He's bigger. He's faster. All of that stuff. So hopefully it translates into him being a pretty decent or better tight end. That's all we can hope for at this point.
All right, well, in terms of Dalton Schultz played 818 snaps last season.
That's a lot of snaps right now, sir. So they can distribute those snaps out equally amongst all of them. Not equally, but everybody gonna have their time to shine, look like.
Yep. And just to clarify this, he did have 1 snap on kick return, so he had 817 snaps on offense. 521 as an actual tight end, 217 in the slot, and 67 out wide.
He probably was just on the hands team for that. That was
probably
a hands team situation. Yeah. DP Johnson in the building, man. Let me get a couple comments before I get up out of here. DP says Princeton needs to wear the 48, I guess. He is able to play that role, and I think that will help him to win over fan base. Fant can be that fullback Mike McCarthy and Brian Shanahan loves. I don't know if I don't know if you can abbreviate Brian Shanahan's name, sir. I just don't know. You know.
That bullshit.
Yeah, you know what that BS mean in the trap, you know. You gotta call him Shotty, DP. Just call him Shotty. You know what I'm saying? Cause BS that I almost said something else. But Sports Guru said Dak has made every unknown tight end better. Schultz was an unknown, got with Dak and became known. Facts. Dak gets people paid. We know this. He specializes in slot receivers and tight ends and pretty much anybody who can catch a pass. They do well with Dak Prescott. I don't know why people don't see this. He acclimated to Amari Cooper seamlessly. You know, he just had a number 1 receiver in CeeDee Lamb, and it took no time. I don't know what just happened. That was Siri. But yeah, man, we finna have to get on up out of here.
I couldn't hear what you said.
I didn't say nothing to you. I wasn't talking to you.
We weren't trying to talk to you, Siri. Calm down.
Mind your business. Mind your business, lady. But let the people know where to find you at, man. You know I gotta get to work on this good old Sunday, unfortunately.
It's all good, my brother. I appreciate you for opening up the trap and rocking with your boy in the liquor store. It's your boy Henry DeMo reporting live from the liquor store, and you can find me, you know, on YouTube at HTM Sports. It's gonna be Henry DeMore on Facebook, and it's also Henry DeMore on Twitter. So you want to tap in with some of the content, you can find me there.
When will you be going live again, sir?
Man, I'll probably be live sometime later on today. I'm pretty sure I'll go live before 7.
Yeah, you a liveaholic at this point. You understand me? But
Indeed.
if you didn't know, I go by Landlord from Alabama. Your plug for everything about America's team, aka.
It's me, I'm him, I'm not them. I'm him Jones, I'm him Duncan.
And y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. You already know, man. Appreciate y'all coming through, showing love to everybody in the trap and the liquor store. Let's go. Shout out to you, Mr. HTM Sports. We drunk trapping on a Sunday, sir.
Indeed, I appreciate you, my boy. Hey, we got nefarious and righteous at the same time, my boy.
Yes, sir. Let's get it. Tell Siri to get your damn act together, like Jerry said. Get your act together, lady. Let's get it. If y'all ain't know, Siri is the ops, so y'all gotta pass me a lighter.
Hey, yo, pass me a lighter. I'm trying to smoke now.
But y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. And like I say, 1K, 1 love, Cowboys Nation. Let's go.